What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. And it begins the discrediting of the pound-for-pound king, the undefeated 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion, and reigning #1 pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, and Terrence Bud Crawford, who is now 42 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. With that said, last week, he did the unthinkable. He jumped up essentially 3 weight classes, technically 2, from 147 to 154, one fight at 154 last August, to 168 and fighting the first ballot Hall of Famer who was younger than him, and a 4-division world champion, another first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, and 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and at the time reigning undisputed super middleweight, Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who everybody said Terrence Crawford was going to get knocked out. Terrence Crawford is simply too small, right? Terrence Crawford is a money grab, right? Terrence Crawford is just looking to cash out at 38 years of age, right? He took on a bigger, stronger, younger Canelo Alvarez, and he dominated Canelo Alvarez. He left no doubt. Never mind those bogus scorecards that said he needed to win 11 and 12 and it was a tie score of 9, because it simply was not. But with that said, Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, he initially stated that Canelo's too big and going to knock out Terrence Crawford. And as the fight got closer, he realized Terrence Crawford can outbox Canelo, and then he started to change his tune. But now the new rankings came out, pound for pound, and Terrence Crawford is #1, as he should be. And Eddie Hearn wants him removed. He's outraged. He wants him removed from #1 because he says that the Ukrainian undefeated heavyweight superstar, Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion, Oleksandr Usyk, who's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Usyk is an undisputed cruiserweight and an undisputed heavyweight, and undefeated Olympic gold medalist, 2-division champion. He wants Oleksandr Usyk and his accomplishments recognized as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter. But I'm going to tell you why that's not true. You see, in the biggest fights of Terrence Crawford's career, he left absolutely no doubt who won the fight. There was no doubt who won Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez. And he jumped up essentially 3 and technically 2 weight classes. Usyk did not. He moved up 1 weight class. Terrence Crawford against Errol Spence absolutely dominated Errol Spence, and Errol Spence was the undefeated unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF world champion, and that was supposed to be a 50-50 fight if there ever was one. He didn't lose a round, dropped Errol Spence 3 times and stopped him. Left no doubt. Oleksandr Usyk has 2 big wins, so I'm just going to go for the 2 biggest wins of their career. Oleksandr Usyk has a big wins over Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, 2 fights. There's a reason there was a rematch for Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, because he left doubt as to who actually won the first fights. You can make a case, and I thought Tyson Fury won the first fight against Oleksandr Usyk. And people thought that Anthony Joshua won the second fight against Oleksandr Usyk. He left doubt. Terrence Crawford left no doubt. Terrence Crawford jumped up essentially 3 weight classes, definitely 2. Usyk moved up 1, and he's a cruiserweight. And who did he beat at cruiserweight to be undisputed? That division is a graveyard, no disrespect. But the cruiserweight division does not have a lot of major players in the cruiserweight division. Absolutely not. And Usyk is 6'3", 200 pounds at cruiserweight, but he was actually, he moved up and he bulked up to 225. I'm not taking anything away from Oleksandr Usyk, but when you're comparing him to Terrence Crawford, there's no comparison. He's great. And he's a heavyweight, he don't belong on the pound for pound list. But in the Tyson Fury fight, he struggled. Terrence Crawford didn't struggle against Errol Spence. In the Anthony Joshua fight, he struggled. Terrence Crawford didn't struggle against Canelo Alvarez. And then you talk about other big fights, big names, okay? Unification, Victor Postal. Terrence Crawford drops him twice. Victor Postal's supposed to be the boogeyman out of the Ukraine. Terrence Crawford drops him twice and wins a unanimous decision, dominates him. Oleksandr Usyk fights Daniel Dubois. In the second fight, he knocks out Daniel Dubois convincingly, beat him convincingly. But the first fight, there's an asterisk by it. You know why? He stopped Daniel Dubois in the first fight, no doubt. But there's an asterisk by it because many people thought that punch on the belt line where he was hurt on the canvas, that should have been a knockout. And when you rewatch it, 70% of the boxing world thought it was a knockout with Daniel Dubois. Now, he got up and finished the job and stopped him. But if you want to be technical, that should have been a knockout. He should have lost. In the second fight, he left absolutely no doubt. But there's question marks in there. And he struggled against Tony Bellew, right? There's guys that he struggled with that Terrence Crawford did not. He left no doubt. Okay? And Terrence Crawford beat guys like Usyk Gamboa, who was top 7 on the pound for pound list, Olympic gold medalist, multi-division world champion. Stopped Usyk Gamboa. Knocked him out. Okay? So, in the biggest fights of his career, Victor Postal, his resume is deeper. And then he jumped up multiple weight classes to beat Canelo Alvarez, who the world said was going to knock him out, and it was a money grab, and he was just cashing out. Oleksandr Usyk has never been in a fight where people said this is a money grab and a cash out. He's never been the underdog in a fight that big, right, to where people was saying that Terrence Crawford is just trying to grab bread and trying to get money and trying to cash out. Now he dominates Canelo Alvarez. Now we want to say Canelo was old. He's not the same. He don't got the same hunger. He don't got the same wheels. Knock it off. Knock it off. Not trying to hear it. No, guess what? He got dominated, Canelo did, period. Just like he did against Bivol and just like he did against Floyd Mayweather. So therefore, Terrence Crawford belongs. First of all, heavyweights don't even belong in the pound for pound list. That pound for pound list was created in spite of the heavyweight division. Because if you put the heavyweights on there, then you got to put all of them on there because nobody could beat the heavyweights outside of another heavyweight. Or maybe a cruiserweight. Or a light heavyweight, maybe. That's special, like Roy Jones. Maybe David Benavidez can pull it off against specific heavyweights. So therefore, Terrence Crawford is number one. He got all knockouts at the welterweight, the most glamour division, one of the most glamour divisions, all knockouts. Where Oleksandr Usyk has decisions. He stopped Sean Porter, another Hall of Famer, dropped him twice and stopped him, right? Sean Porter was never knocked out. He stopped him, first man to do it. What are we talking about here? No, Terrence Crawford is deserving in the number one pound for pound spot, period. Hands down. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. I'm gone. Peace.